Have you ever looked around and wondered why some people get wealthy while other folks who are just as smart, maybe even smarter, just struggle? Well, it turns out it might not be about what you know, but all about how you act. That's the huge idea from Morgan Housel's book, The Psychology of Money. So today, we're going to break down why your behavior with money is so much more important than how big your brain is. Let's dive in.
Okay, this quote right here, this is basically the whole book in a nutshell, and it is a total game changer. We're all taught that finance is about formulas, right? Spreadsheets, numbers. But Housel says, nope, think again. It's a soft skill. It's psychology. This means someone with absolutely zero financial training, but who has amazing self-control, can actually end up doing better than a Wall Street genius who just can't manage their own impulses. I mean, just let that sink in for a second.
And this is where we get it all wrong. We try to treat money like it's physics, a clean world with perfect rules and laws. You plug in the numbers, and you get a nice, predictable answer. But the reality? Money is all psychology. It's messy, it's emotional, it's driven by greed and fear, and all our weird human quirks. And that's a way harder puzzle to solve, but it's the one that actually counts.
So where does our behavior with money usually go off the rails? Well, let's kick things off with a huge one, a trap that almost every single one of us falls into. Why we really buy all that nice stuff.
Housel calls this the man in the car paradox. And just think about it for a minute, it's so true. When you see a Lamborghini drive by, what do you think? You think, wow, what a cool car. You don't think, wow, the person driving that car must be a really amazing, respectable human being, right? We buy these expensive things hoping to get respect and admiration from others, but people don't respect us, they just admire our things. It's such a basic misunderstanding of human nature.
And that gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? The respect and admiration you think you're buying with that new watch or that fancy car, yeah, that's mostly just a story you're telling yourself. The person who is most impressed with your expensive stuff is you. And realizing that is so freeing. It's like you're giving yourself permission to just step off that endless hamster wheel of spending to try and impress other people.
All right, so if showing off your stuff doesn't actually work, what's the alternative? This brings us to a super important distinction that Housel makes, the difference between being rich and being wealthy. And trust me, they are not the same thing at all.
Think of it like an iceberg. Being rich is the part you see sticking out of the water. It's visible. It's the big salary, the flashy car, the designer clothes. We see rich everywhere. But true wealth, that's the enormous, powerful part of the iceberg that's hidden beneath the surface. It's the money you didn't spend. It's the savings, the investments, the assets that are quietly growing and buying you freedom. Wealth is the part nobody ever sees.
Which leads to this pretty big irony, right? The more you spend trying to show other people how much money you have, the less actual money you have left to build real, lasting wealth. It's a simple truth. Every single dollar you spend on showing off is a dollar that can no longer work for you.
And this is where it all just clicks. Real wealth isn't the stuff you own. It is the fancy car you decided not to buy. It's the diamond ring you passed on. Wealth is all the financial security you've built up by choosing not to turn it into visible stuff. It's simply what's left over.
Okay, but let's say you master all of that. You start building that hidden, invisible wealth. Well, there's another danger that pops up from inside you. It's that social comparison game, that endless, insatiable hunger for just a little bit more.
Housel tells this incredible cautionary tale about a guy named Rajat Gupta. This man was the CEO of McKinsey. He was on the board of Goldman Sachs. He was worth over $100 million. I mean, he had everything anyone could possibly need. But he wanted to be a billionaire. And that burning desire for more pushed him into an illegal insider trading scheme that cost him everything: his money, his reputation, his freedom. He risked what he had and what he needed for something he didn't have and didn't need.
And that story just nails Housel's point right here. The absolute hardest skill in finance has nothing to do with picking stocks or market timing. It's a psychological skill. It's learning how to decide what enough looks like for you, and then having the wisdom to be happy when you get there. It's all about getting the goalpost to finally stop moving.
So seriously, take a second and ask yourself this. What does enough actually look like for you? Not for your neighbor, not for the people you see on Instagram, but for you. What would actually give you real, lasting security and peace of mind?
So if the goal isn't just an endless chase for more, then what is the point of building wealth in the first place? Well, this brings us to what might be the single most important, most valuable lesson in this entire book. This is the ultimate prize. It's this, plain and simple. The single greatest thing that money can buy you is control over your own time. It's not a bigger house,
It's not a faster car, it is autonomy. It's the freedom to wake up in the morning and be the one who directs your own life.
And what does that actually mean in real life? It means having the freedom to do what you want, when you want, with who you want, for as long as you want. It's the ability to change careers if you're unhappy, to take an afternoon off to see your kid's school play, to deal with an emergency without falling into financial ruin. That level of control, that's the real product of wealth. And you can't put a price tag on that.
I mean, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The absolute highest form of wealth is being able to wake up every single morning and say, I can do whatever I want today. It's not about owning more things, it's about having more say in how you live your one life. That is the ultimate goal.
So let's end with this. Let's try to reframe the entire conversation we have about money. Maybe we've been asking the wrong question all along. Instead of constantly asking, how can I get more money? What if we started asking, how can my money give me more control over my life and my time? Thinking about it that way, well, that can change absolutely everything.